Andrei Karpathy's tweet, this tweet went viral for an LLM knowledge base pattern. This is a tweet, and he has actually sent up a follow up tweet as well. I'll just read it. And he's talking about this little gist that he has created now, but this was presented in the form of a tweet here, which went viral. I guess after it went viral, he made it into a gist on GitHub. You can view it that here, LLM Wiki. So it's a pattern alternative to it's basically agentic RAG. A way to, I'll just read it. LLM knowledge bases, something I'm finding very useful recently using LLMs to build personal knowledge bases for various topics of research interest. In this way, a large fraction of my recent token throughput is going less into manipulating the code, but more into manipulating knowledge stored as markdown and images. The latest LLMs are quite good at it. Many of us has been already doing this using Obsidian in some way or other, because Obsidian is very good at storing data in markdown files. And basically, he's also using Obsidian as an IDE. I use Obsidian as the IDE front end, where I can view the raw data, the compiled wiki, and the derived visualizations. Important to note that LLM writes and maintains all of this data to off the wiki. I rarely touch it directly. I played it with a few Obsidian plugins to render and view data in other ways, MARP or slides. Let's check everything is in order. To off. Yeah, all right. So yeah, I'm using Obsidian for my project management. It includes my wiki, and everything else. Like I have projects here. I have areas, resources, my goals. Every research it does are all of them are put into markdown files like this. The power of Obsidian comes in the fact that you can backlink it. So if I have links to other files from this one markdown file, I can automatically see them here, links on in this link section. There is used to be a backlinks as well. These are the links, I think. Yeah. So you can visualize that this is, I can just traverse through it, like, so this kind of manual traversing can be done with um, agents. If because it has links, agents can follow through the links and make all the connections between different related markdown files. That is the essence of it. Store interlinked markdown files as you store your knowledge into that in that format. And the agent, if you want to query it, you can ask the LLM, and then LLM is able to find the right information rather than vector search or using semantic embeddings. You can just use agentic RAG like this, um, or ask it to search using grep or the usual stuff. Cloud, if you have used Cloud Code, you know that it has other tools like grep and search, so it can actually search through these files as well. So the power of Obsidian comes from those links. And the first part is obviously in his pattern. So it's a version of that pattern, but he's only talking about um, index having or talking about using this pattern to create a wiki. But a lot of people have been using Obsidian with Cloud Code for, like, I don't know, for months and months. I don't know why this particular piece went viral. It's nothing new, but he probably presented it as a, you know uh, I don't know. He's a very popular figure. That's probably why it went viral. Anyway, I'll just read through data ingest. I index source documents, articles. The reason that I want to walk you through this is that because of this, you can not only apply this to storing notes or personal knowledge, treat it as a personal knowledge base. You can use it for other applications as well. So, for example, I usually use my Obsidian to do this, but I think there is a special application for this. for specific task in the way he says to structure it, right? It's very abstract. You can take it into multiple ways, as he says in the follow-up post that you can give this to your agent. It can build you your own LLM wiki and guide you on how to use it, etc. So what I've done is, for the purposes of the video, or I also had a previous video clipping functionality or a Claude Code skill that I used to use that has become a little bit more powerful. I'll show you what I mean by that. So if I go to um, my home directory, I have this AI clipper. So this is one of my live streams here. And for each, I'm basically clipping my videos, right? So I have my full live stream video here, which is a GB. If I open that, I don't know why it is. Oh, that's just the audio. Uh, let's open that in QuickTime. I think that's just the audio extracted, I think. Uh, but I'll show you, I'm able to show you anyway. So this is the wiki for that video piece. So I've talked about AI coding tools, brand brain agent. I'm basically talking about my product here. That's basically a live stream coding session, but I do talk my mind on different topics there. So what it does is goes through the video script and creates the wiki, as he says, as Karpathy says in this tweet. And again, you have this gist here he has shared later about the architecture, the operations, indexing and logging, CLI tools, tips and tricks, etc., which I'll go through. I haven't gone through the in its entirety, so I'll just read through as I work through as well. But just by having the understanding the idea of what it does, I was able to do this. In that video, I'm talking about different things. All the topics are presented as wiki, the markdown files. As you can see here, I don't know if you can see this, but if I were to open Obsidian here, right? So if I go to File, Open Vault, then I say Open Folder as Vault, and go to Clipper, and then I go to the wiki. For that, I'll just open it here, right? And then if I open that Obsidian here, I go to Clips, Videos. Oh no, I go to Wiki, and I can see this. It's very readable. What it does is, let's see this. I'm talking about pricing, and it captures the segments, the seconds or milliseconds where I say certain things, and extract the transcript. It goes to sense those audio from extracted from the video to Whisper, transcribes it, and reads, analyze the transcripts, and splits that into different these kind of different topic files. So for example, if I'm talking about my LinkedIn autopilot results using my product here, then you can say this is already working for my LinkedIn. I don't even touch it. Key codes, the format, everything that was, you know, um, decided by Claude Code Opus 4.6. I didn't give any of the formatted any of it. So I think as for specific task, instead of having this as a rigid format for the wiki, for specific task, for ingestion, let it decide it's the structure of it, and it works really good. Anyway, that's an insight I wanted to share at the end, but it comes to my mind. So for this particular task of video clipping, this is how it's structured: segments, and it shows the results showcase. It's a vague where it appears. It's not exact where it appears. Like that's those seconds where key codes and things like that, so that later it can it can go through the actual transcript and find out this exact location. So let me show you what it does actually, and then, well, I can't show you. It will take ages, probably like 15 minutes to clip a 5-hour long video. But the output, I can definitely show you the output. It's not perfect, but you can see that. See, these are the agent harness for marketing agents. I don't know if the and bunch of marketing agents. Yeah, these are like horizontal clips, 5 minute clips. So you can see that the it decides on the title, everything. I built a marketing team that runs wireless service. Clipped from the 5 hour long live stream, and it cuts out all the silences and repetitions and uh, selects a hook. But it doesn't have to be. The beauty of this is that it doesn't have to be contiguous. So in the 5 hour long clip, if you have an insight set at the beginning of it and the middle of it, it can reorder it by traversing through the wiki. It's better than Opus clip, I think. So, and also it can take something I said at the end as the hook and put it in the front. And so it doesn't have to be contiguous. It puts stitches this thing together to create a full clip. Let's this is another one, which is I built a marketing team, and I have more. I built a chat. What it does is budget calculations and the reporting chain up and down. That's pretty much, it's very simple code. I have my own hardness. See, the CLI version of brand brain, it cut there my Obsidian vault, and it is stitching together things. So, and we can also clip vertical videos. It's basically agent harness. You have trend detection. All that you can create task and assign it to an agent. So I've what it does is budget calculations and the reporting chain up and down. That's pretty much, it's very simple code. We are almost doing all the things Paperclip is already doing. So if I were better at presenting, that would come out even better. Uh, so you can see the potential because I'm just very low energy there. Agent. But it is stitching up from it. It's not sequential. What? How do you say? It's not continuous. It can reorder things to make sense of it. It's still not very perfect. You still have to vibe, edit it, but it gives you the first draft. Then you probably have to, like you code, you'll have to do a little bit back and forth, but it will get you the first clip. It's a skill. I have made it into a skill, and what it does is it tries out different layouts like this to see how what layout works best. I talk to Telegram, and then it selects one good layout that it liked. So in this case is, I think I can show you the Opus clip. This is a video clip, or this is a skill. I'm still updating it, doing back and forth. This, you can see that I'm swearing at it all that because I got frustrated in the end. But maybe I can't show you. But yeah, that's the idea of it. You can let's have a look at the skill a little bit if you want to know. It's done in I think that's the idea of the LLM, this kind of wiki for knowledge when it creates for creating content applied in real life. How to do this kind of things, like just knowing these things is not enough. Applied AI. That's what you want to learn. So I just wanted to show you an application for that. And if you want to, grab this skill for creating clips, join my school. I will be there, and or just I won't be doing a tutorial for this. Um, at least not now. But you can see the potential of it. So what it does is I don't know if I have to go through this. The core idea. Most people's experience with LLMs and documents look like RAG. You upload a collection of files, LLM retrieves relevant chunks at query time and generates an answer. Let me just there is no accumulation. Ask a subtle question. There's no accumulation. Ask a subtle question that requires synthesizing 5 documents, and the LLM has to find and piece together the relevant fragments every time. Nothing is built up. Notebook, LM, ChatGPT file uploads, and most RAG systems work that way. The idea is here is different. Instead of just retrieving from raw documents at query time, the LLM incrementally builds and maintains a persistent wiki, a structured interlinked collection of markdown files that sits between you and the raw sources. When you add a new source, the LLM doesn't just index it for later retrieval, it reads it, extracts key information, and integrates into existing wiki. Sort of like a graph system, essentially what that's what it is, but using an agent to create the documents in the graph with the help of Obsidian Wiki. With the idea of that is that if you want to see that in a graph, Obsidian has this feature of a brain, and you can see how the agent built the information for this video by going to filters or no display. There's an animate option, animate. So it'll start there. Starts as an index, product demo. This was reading when it read the whole big video file, and then it created these pieces and then built the wiki. It's still building it. All right, okay. But this is a sequence of events that it did to create those files. Right. And so that's a key reference. I think you get the idea of it. Personal research, reading a book. This can be applied to a lot of different contexts. I think the best application is for just for specific tasks, agentic memory for just specific tasks. You build it, create the per system wiki, and then give that portion of that wiki to a particular task, optimized for the task. For example, in this case, video creation. So each task will get its own, or each agent. For example, in paperclip, you have agentic memory, right? So for each agent, it will get these sort of like wikis for it, and it decides for which task, what format, how to, uh, present this, right? It's an abstract idea. I agree 100% with that. Raw sources, you can put all sorts of things, like for in my example I put a video, but gave the agent a video, agent did the transcription and added to the wiki. So that's a practical application of it, and I will leave a link or something in the description for this. Uh, yeah, as I said, you can get it in my school community if you want the clipping skill. I did spend a lot of time on it, so uh, maybe I'll give it away for free. I don't know.